Strength in the Shadows, the podcast where we fearlessly navigate the art of building discipline, cultivating grit, mastering resilience, and unlocking true potential. Surpass your limits and join us on this journey of transformation as we unapologetically explore the intersection of fitness, mindset, and unwavering accountability. Welcome, my friend. Let's go. So if you enjoyed episode 2, The Couple from Kauai, I think you'll love this episode. When it comes to longevity, investing in yourself, not only in the present, but in the future, dude, this story strikes home. Oftentimes, I will think about the lessons learned directly from this story, and I like to share it with all of you. I think you'll find a lot of value. So the story starts, I graduate from the Naval Academy, I leave Annapolis, Maryland, and I have 30 days of basket leave, 30 days of freedom. So I fly over to Europe, backpack Europe for a few weeks, see a bunch of countries, have the time of my life, and then I get back and I have about 7 days or so to drive out to my first duty station as an active duty military officer. You guessed it, we're heading out west, San Diego, California. And my God, San Diego was a 180 from the East Coast. 75 to 80 degrees every single day, sunny, no clouds, birds chirping, palm trees swaying in the wind. And dude, we were living it up. Especially me and my academy buddies. It was our first taste of absolute freedom. And we ran amok. Chasing tail, slinging dawn, going out. We were living in Mission Beach at the time, right next to PB. And dude, it was a blast. Shout out to all my Red Bull slushy folks over at Shore Club. You know who you are. Man, we wolfed those down. And it was a good time. We were still training. We were still getting after it, working hard. But we had fun. It was a good time. Well, my time in Southern California was unfortunately coming to an end really soon. I knew when I selected my ship that I would be deploying in January or February. That was the ship's schedule. So hey, 7-8 months, boom, go deploy, 7+ months, come back, enjoy Southern California, that's home. Well, unfortunately, the Navy updated my orders, and my ship was sending me to Tomahawk School to learn about missiles. Oh, goody. I couldn't wait. Why? Because I was assured that the Navy was going to be sending me to Pearl Harbor, Hawaii, Japan. Hell, I could even stay in San Diego, train up, get ready for deployment, and then boom, leave with the ship right there. Easy day. Anything to keep me in warm weather. Unfortunately, the Navy had different plans, and they sent me to Norfolk, Virginia. Now, hey, don't get me wrong. I like Norfolk. Great people. In the summertime, oh my God, gorgeous. But dude, the wintertime, to go to school or train up in December or January, one word, demons. And so my sorry ass takes off from San Diego. I fly to Norfolk, and the plan is that I'm going to go to school for 1 to 2 months out here, and then boom, fly directly to Guam and meet the ship on deployment. So hey, Operation Pump, Operation Get Yoked. We're all in. Even if my mental health goes to shit, as long as I'm getting a good pump and getting after it physically, hey, we'll take that. Let's get ready for deployment and invest in ourselves. And that's what I did. Going to bed early, getting plenty of sleep, fueling ourselves within the kitchen there, right there at the hotel, cooking home-cooked meals. My God, it was a great setup. I was living in town center. Some of you that live in Virginia may know where that is. And on the way to the schoolhouse or to the training site, you would pass through Dam Neck. And there was a military base there with a military gym called Naval Station Oceana. Dude, this gym was unbelievable. Great equipment, good pumps walking around, very inspiring. It was a great place to get fit. I took full advantage of it. So every day, for 1 to 2 hours, boom, lifting weights, hitting cardio. We trained, we got after it. And this was the site, right? This is where it all went down when one day my life got changed. I come on into the gym and it's arm day. And at the time, right, in my lifting career, I was pretty well known for my arms at least. They responded well to my training at the Naval Academy and of course on my ship. My classmates or shipmates gave me a lot of shit for the size of my arms. It was all in good fun. But like I said, my arms, they were well developed, especially, compared to other parts of my body. So I was taking that win, filling out the sleeves. Hoo-yah, we love it. Well, on arm day, I jump on in there, and by God, the alpha of the gym, the top G, is right up in there, and he's hitting arms too. People are getting out of this guy's way. He's grinding, he's working, no BS. And this dude's stronger than me. This dude's bigger than me. No one wants to interrupt his pump. I get it. It's a respect thing. Well, unfortunately, I had preacher curls, right? Using the preacher curl machine, my absolute favorite. I had preacher curls on the agenda, and this brother was on the machine. So I went over to him, asked if I could work in. Now, as the alpha of the gym, he looked me down and up. Once again, it's a respect thing. He doesn't want to waste his time having to change plates, interrupt his gains. So he looks me down and up, making sure that I can keep up with him, pauses for a second, nods his head. Hell yeah, we're in. So I guess I passed the pump test. I start going head to head with this brother, and the gym starts watching. Head to head, no rest, just curling insane weight. This guy's bringing the best out of me. He is an absolute animal. And I thought maybe what? Late 30s? Thought he was maybe 36, 38. He looked great, had a great energy about him. And like I said, he was by far the most fit dude in this gym. And so we're talking shit, going back and forth. He invites me to join him for the rest of the pump there. We keep talking shit, enjoying ourselves, but once again, making progress. Not smoking and joking too much here where it's interrupting our gains and our weight capacity, but we're throwing it down, man. And throughout the rest of the training, I pick his brain, right? These people that are on a higher level of performance and are really grinding or have obviously been doing it for much longer, maybe double, triple the time that I have, we can learn something from them. We can really learn something from everybody. And so I ask him, man, dude, how can I look half as good as you at your age? What are you, 36, 38? And dude, he replied back that he was in his mid or late 50s. What? In his mid or late 50s, this brother was whooping on everyone's ass in there. He was outperforming, outlifting all the young guns, right? All the dudes with the fades, OBJ dancing, grabbing their junk, parading their pumps. Yeah, this guy wasn't about that life. He was about actual results, not excuses, results. And this guy's in his mid to late 50s. He looks great. And he says, Joe, I'll tell you, brother, there are 3 things I live by. I like to pass it on to you. Of course, I'm all ears here. He goes, 1, don't stop. When you get into your 20s, especially after college here, the first few years outside of school, you'll notice and see a lot of your friends, a lot of your classmates, a lot of people in the military, they'll start letting it go. They'll get lazy. They'll get complacent. Oh, they played sports in high school or college. Doesn't matter. They will get lazy and let it go, and they won't recover. Don't be one of them. Stay consistent. Even if it's 2 or 3 days per week, stay consistent with what you can. Point number 2. Feel like a beast. Train like a beast. If you wake up and you feel like you need a rest day, or the day proceeds on and you just don't feel like going in and you try to justify it as you just needing rest, he goes, no, don't fall for the trap. If you need a rest day, still go to the gym, still work out. And oftentimes, you'll leave that workout feeling great, being super stoked, enthusiastic, and ready to hit the next day's pump. Oftentimes, you wanting a rest day is laziness in disguise. So don't fall for it. Shove the weights and reps or the miles down your throat and boom, tackle the next day. But if you wake up the next day and you still feel like you need a rest, then hey, take the rest. Oftentimes, a 1 to 2 hour nap or getting to bed early, getting some extra sleep, maybe take some active rest there, all good. Strike back harder the next day, but take that day of rest. 2 days in a row, dude, your body's telling you something, listen to it. So to this day, I still live by that guidance. And his third point, choose a partner who has the lifestyle or who has the routine or regimen in place. And what he was saying was, hey, whether it's a girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife, label doesn't matter. For the person you're electing to choose or spend time with, at the end of the day, make sure their lifestyle lines up with yours. Sure, they could be a dime, they could be a 10, smoking hot chick. But if they're wolfing down McDonald's, blowing coke, and abusing, prescription medications, dude, those habits, that routine, that ain't gonna work out for her down the road. So invest in someone, even if they're, say, a little bit unhealthy or they have some weight to lose or have some muscle to build, whatever it may be. If they have the habits in place and they are actively working on their health and wellness, that's what matters. But hey, if you can bag that Brazilian model, right? If you can bag that dime, dude, that's a unicorn, but good for you. Absolutely do it. But make sure they're training, they're working, and they are investing in themselves. That's extremely important. Well, Leroy and I, right? That was his name, Leroy Anthony. Leroy and I finished that workout together, shake his hand, of course, say thank you. And I want to make this point to everyone listening right now. I fucked up. I absolutely dropped the ball. I screwed the pooch on this one. Why? Because I made a silly mistake. I assumed that in the 2 or 3 weeks after this lift, that of course, Leroy Anthony and I, our paths would cross in the gym. I was going every single day, and I assumed that he was going to the gym, 4 or 5 days per week at minimum. And dude, we did not exchange contact information. And this is a learning lesson. If you ever connect with someone, you meet someone special, even if it's email, cell phone, Instagram, whatever it is, exchange information. And I didn't do that. I made a silly assumption, and I am suffering from the consequences of that now because I still haven't forgiven myself. Shout out to Leroy Anthony. Brother, thank you so much. Your words of wisdom, that pump that day that went extra hard. Dude, forever thankful. And to anyone listening, if you guys know who I'm talking about, Leroy Anthony, in the Dam Neck, Norfolk, Virginia area. He works for, I believe, a 3-letter agency. He couldn't tell me at the time what he does. He has a son who was going through the EOD pipeline, explosive ordnance disposal. This brother here, man, in his mid to late 50s, leading by example, being an absolute fucking G, insanely inspiring. Because cool, being in good shape in your 20s or 30s, yeah, it takes work. It's impressive, I guess. But how about the people in their 50s, their 60s, right, their 70s, that are still doing the things they love? Leroy absolutely embodied those habits and that routine and taking care of yourself. And he assured me, man, once again, things can happen. Getting injured, getting hurt, financial stress, divorce, disease. We can't plan on these things. Sometimes they just happen out of nowhere. And that's life. That's the process. Those are the obstacles. It's not always fair, but it is life. And so when these things hit, when these things strike, how are you going to respond? What are you going to do? Are you going to give up like most people? Are you going to fall off? Are you going to let yourself go? No. Keep investing in yourself physically, mentally, and emotionally. So you can be good not only for yourself, but for the people around you and for the people that depend on you. To anyone out there that knows Leroy Anthony, send him my way. Illuminati Iron or Strength in the Shadows. Give him my Instagram. Would love to connect. Can you imagine him coming over and us throwing a pump down, 8, 9 years later? Can't imagine what he looks like now. I'm sure he's an absolute beast, twice as in good shape as he was back when I met him. But dude, that's the legend of Leroy Anthony. Everyone keep going. And remember, feel like a beast, train like a beast. As we come to a close, I would like to express my sincere appreciation to each and every one of you for joining us on this transformative journey. If you found value in our discussions and stories, I would greatly appreciate if you could take a moment to leave a review for my podcast. Your reviews not only fuel my passion for creating meaningful content, but also allow others to discover this empowering space. Your support truly makes a difference. All links are in the description. Thank you for being an essential part of this dynamic community. Goodbye for now, and remember, keep going.